How's up, y'all? It's popping. It's D. So this is another Kendrick related video. Hey, it's Kendrick Day, all right? We did the same thing when J. Cole dropped his track, when Drake dropped his. It is what it is. This is what people are making videos about, and this is what people are requesting. But anyway, this impressive vid is titled Kendrick Exposes Drake for Paying Off Victim. This is what I actually want to hear about. So this might be a very interesting video to watch because I didn't know about this whole situation until Kendrick mentioned it. So I would like more tea about this. And then she also says Drake wants to be like Sexy Red Child. She about to be on some nonsense in this vid. I'm here for it. Let's watch.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. Kendrick Lamar finally responded to Drake's diss records and I was thoroughly entertained. Now there was some alleged tea that Kendrick was supposed to be a part of First Person Shooter with
Somebody
Drake
said that on
and
my
J.
Patreon.
Cole, but he turned it down for whatever reason.
Let's address the rumor. Drake and Cole wanted Kendrick on First Person Shooter is the rumor. Listen to First Person Shooter without Kendrick and them keep mentioning Kendrick. It sounds like he should have been there. I don't have any factual knowledge of this, but I'm just going off the rumor.
I can't confirm whether this is true or not, but Joe Budden put the rumor out there, and Joe Budden seems to be spot on about a lot of things because Kendrick did confirm that Drake reached out to him to do some song. I don't know if it was First Person Shooter exactly, but he did reach out to him, but Kendrick turned him down and Drake felt away about it. So Drake was like, forget K-Dot, it's just between me and Cole.
That's what's so crazy. So when I first heard that line, when I reacted to it, I didn't even consider that it was about this song because Drake is taking some slick little shots at Kendrick. So it's like, that's so fake. I understand why Kendrick wanted to come back and respond. It's like, you wanted me on this song, but now you're trying to talk shit about me on the damn song that you wanted me on? That is so fake. I would be annoyed too. Like, actually, both of y'all got me fucked up because I could rap better than both of you niggas. That's why I didn't want to be on the song. And Drake, I don't even fuck with your bitch ass. So I get the energy. Like, it all makes sense if this is true.
Made it to the Super Bowl. And Kendrick felt away about it because they were kind of playing in his face a little bit, trying to make him seem like he was in third place. And he's like, listen, ain't no big three, it's just big me. And he made that very clear in his Like That verse. And he took direct shots at Drake. And Drake responded with his songs, Push Ups, Drop It, Give Me 50, and Tailor Made. I thought both of Drake's responses were great. I loved Push Ups. And I thought Tailor Made was clever and hilarious, but at the same time, I wasn't really here for him using AI. I felt like he was endorsing AI with the songs, and he was using Tupac and Snoop Dogg's voice to do it.
And Tupac's people didn't approve.
I was a little
they made him
turned off
delete
by
it.
that. However, I thought the song and the angle was clever.
Which further, like, further backs up what Kendrick is saying about how Drake is not really accepted in the culture like that, in the rap culture like that. Tupac people came out like, actually, nah, we don't even fuck with this. We don't even fuck with you. So what are you doing? Take this shit down. So it just goes to show he doesn't have that stamp of approval from the rap culture.
Now, Kendrick broke the internet when he dropped his diss song, Euphoria. And it's interesting because Drake is the executive producer of the show Euphoria. But he responded, and I will say this diss track did not disappoint at all. The only critique I would probably bring up are the recycled disses. Some of the shots that he took at Drake were similar to what Rick Ross, Megan Thee Stallion, and Pusha T said about Drake. So it was a bit redundant. However,
oh my God, this criticism makes zero sense to me. It's like y'all are looking for some messy shade room tea. This is rap. This isn't a fucking blog. Like, what are y'all talking about? Why do y'all expect him to have this deep secret information on Drake? Why would he have that? And ironically enough, he even mentions that on the diss track. He says, like, I have a fucking life. Rap is not my whole life. Y'all think I'm about to pay money for some tea on somebody? Fuck out of here. I got more important things to do, like raise my son and have a family or whatever. So what do y'all want from this man? That don't make any sense. Of course his shots are going to reflect what people are already feeling and thinking because it's true. and that's what makes a diss track hit hard, is the truth in it. So why wouldn't he mention the common things that are said about Drake? Why wouldn't he mention how people feel and how he feels? That doesn't make any sense to me.
The way Kendrick articulated it was really immaculate.
Exactly, that's what matters.
The double entendres. I mean, there was just so much to digest and dissect. It was just a great listening experience because he wasn't just throwing jabs at Drake. He was painting the picture of who Drake is, and he did it so artistically. Like, I love how he started
so how can he paint a picture without saying things that people already have said?
And his delivery and flow was insane. I was highly entertained by his animated voices, especially when he was mocking Drake's Toronto accent towards the end of the song. I thought this was a great response. Now, do I think he completely destroyed Drake? Not necessarily, because Kendrick didn't really go as far as he could have gone.
You didn't understand.
But he definitely got a one-up on Drake for sure. And there was a lot that was said. I first want to get into what Kendrick said about J. Cole and Drake linking up. He said, I hurt your feelings. You don't want to work with me no more? Okay. There's 3 GOATs left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death. And in 8 bars, I'll explain that phrase, huh? It's nothing nobody can tell me, huh?
I'm not playing.
I don't want to talk on no silly, huh? You know I got a language barriers, huh? There's no accent you can sell me, huh? So he's throwing shade at Drake's different accents. He also said, yeah, Cole and Aubrey know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy, huh? I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. So basically he's saying, if y'all gonna be acting fake with me, I'm gonna take y'all both out and it will be a double homicide. And that's the same crime that YNW Melly was accused of. So that's what he means when he says...
Was it a double homicide? I thought he only killed one person.
I don't like you popping ish at Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef. So Kendrick felt a way that Drake took a shot at the producer Pharrell in the song Meltdown, which is the song he did with Travis Scott. In the song, Drake took a jab at Pharrell after he was made creative director.
I want to hear about the case.
And Kendrick wasn't here for that. He said, yeah, F all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. So he was referencing Gunna's song Pushing P, but he's also like, you're not really keeping it player if you're coming for somebody like Pharrell. So stop pushing P, aka Pharrell, around and try going up against somebody who could actually give you a challenge like Pusha T. But see, when Pusha T dissed Drake in Story of Adidon, Drake ran from the smoke. So if Drake couldn't push around Pusha T, Kendrick is saying that he definitely can't push him around. He said, you better off spinning again on him. You think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton. I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. So he mentioned Pusha T's government name, Terrence Thornton, but he said he's like the boxer Terrence Crawford. He's going to be beating Drake up. He also said, we ain't got to get personal. This is a friendly fade. Kendrick gets me because how do you say this is a friendly fade while threatening to beat him up? And then he went on to say, it's always been about love and hate.
I'm pretty sure he meant that it initially was a friendly fade until Drake brought it there and started mentioning his wife and his family. That's when it got personal. He's like, that was a throwaway song. Those little throwaway bars, like it wasn't even that deep, but you made it deep. That was the point he was making, girl.
Also might be implying that Drake was messing around with transgender women, but that would be politically incorrect for him. He also might that they said it was a shot because they confused themselves with real women. Now, I don't know what Kendrick was trying to imply here, but they said it was a shot at Drake's baby mama, Sophie, who used to be an ex-porn star. But he also might be implying that Drake was messing around with transgender women. But that would be politically incorrect for him to say. So I don't know.
I've never heard that.
He also went on to say this. How many more fairy tales about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel you're black enough? Whew. He's not even just talking about black features as in his facial features, but even him collaborating with other black artists to gain some type of respect in the black hip-hop community. So, child, once again, they're coming for Drake's blackness. I mean, Drake is biracial, but he has a black father. So I don't see why it's an issue that he wants to connect with his black side. And I do think it's odd that Kendrick is taking shots at Drake for being biracial, but isn't his wife mixed? I don't know. I think that's a little odd to be taking shots at a mixed person.
This is such a goofy take. That is not what Kendrick means. I hate people. And Ack also uploaded a goofy ass video that addresses the same thing. Are y'all okay mentally? Y'all really listen to this track and y'all think that he's talking about Drake being lighter or being biracial? That's what you got from his bars? Are we listening to the same song? What are we talking about? I will address that more at the end of the video. But this is a stupid take, and this is not what this man is talking about.
And when you're married to a mixed person, if a person is mixed with black, there's nothing wrong with them embracing it. And I don't see anything wrong with Drake embracing his black side. But I do also understand that Drake likes to cosplay like somebody he's not. And people can really see past his facade. So,
hello, that's what he's talking about then. If you can recognize that then put 2 and 2 together. That's probably what he's talking about. That's what he's leaning more into. If you just pay attention to the context and listen to everything that he said surrounding that black feature bar, then you would understand what he's trying to convey. He's not talking about his skin color. Maybe Rick Ross was on that shit, calling him white boy or whatever. So you can maybe throw that at him. That, oh, you date these light skinned people, but you call him white boy. Sure, throw that at him, but you can't throw that at Kendrick. That's not what he was. I hate everybody.
A lot of times.
Talk about this case.
He also said, Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a F about who you hang with. I hate the way you walk, the way you talk, hate the way you dress. Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know that we got some ish to address. I even hate when you say the word igga, but that's me, I guess. So he did confirm that Drake tried to reach out to him for a collaboration, but he was like, no, we're not even cool like that. You're not going to use me in that way, especially after all of the subs you've thrown at me. He also said this, I'm knowing they calling you the boy, but where is the man? Because I ain't seen him yet. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? Bet. When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bees. I thought this was funny because there is this idea that Drake wants to be a bad bee like the women, but at the same time, he'll be dissing women like Megan Thee Stallion and Rihanna. And Kendrick was like, you don't even like women like that. Now, this was something I didn't know. Kendrick said, try cease and desist on Like That record. Oh, you don't like that record? Back to back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for that record. Why would you call around to get dirt on niggas? Y'all think all my life is rap? So he pretty much called out Drake's moves behind the scenes. I didn't know that Drake sent a cease and desist to get the Like That record removed. So that kind of shows you how pressed Drake was. Also, Drake has been scouring the internet and sniffing around the industry to find dirt on Kendrick. But it seems like he wasn't able to find anything too significant. However, Kendrick was able to pull up something about Drake. Did y'all know that there was a story that Drake paid $530,000 to one of his accusers? This was actually reported by the Daily Mail, but it seemed like the story was wiped away. However, the New Zealand Herald actually reposted it. And it said back in 2017, he allegedly SA'd a stripper. He forced her to do oral on him, and he ended up quietly settling this lawsuit. And Kendrick slyly brought this up. He said, have you ever paid $500,000 to like an open case? Now, when you listen to the song, you would think he was talking about his own legal fees, but he was actually also referencing Drake's case as well. He also took a subtle dig at Drake's association with minors. He said, I make music that electrify him. You make music that pacify him. I could double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. So he's talking literally, but also when he brought up the fact that Drake makes music to pacify, well, what do babies like? They like pacifiers. And Drake has been accused of having odd interactions with babies in the industry, essentially, like Millie Bobby Brown. People had an issue with the fact that Drake, who was in his 30s, was texting Millie when she was 14 or 15 years old. So Kendrick is like, listen, I could double down on this, but I'm a spare.
And that 18-year-old black girl.
What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about? I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
Advice with boys.
You know, that stays in the text messages.
So Kendrick was very sly and strategic with how he slid some of that in.
Imagine having a teenage daughter, because she was a teenager when that was happening, right? Imagine having a teenage daughter and she's texting a 30-plus-year-old man and talking about, oh, I love him, we're friends. How would you feel? How would you feel about that?
A warning to Drake, because Drake might feel like he's invincible and he might feel like he could out-rap Kendrick and win this battle. But Kendrick hasn't even scratched the surface of what he could bring up against Drake. So Drake might want to really move with caution. I know he's trying to dig up information on Kendrick, but he can't find it. Kendrick said he's too busy being a real father to his son, unlike Drake. He also said, ain't 20 verse 1, it's 1 verse 20 if I got to smack ends that right with you. That line was hard. That line was hard. Now, Drake has been going up against a lot of different guys in the industry right now, so he feels like it's 20 versus 1, but Kendrick is like, nah, it's me versus all your ghostwriters. But overall, I thought this diss track was solid. I think Kendrick definitely has a one-up on Drake this time around. And Drake tried to mock Kendrick when Kendrick was like, I hate the way you talk, hate the way you dress. Drake posted this clip from the movie 10 Things I Hate About You. And in this scene, Kat was listing all the things she hated about Patrick. She hated him, but she liked him. So I thought this meme was funny, even though most hip-hop listeners wouldn't resonate with this. But I thought it was funny.
Exactly. That goes to show how disconnected he is. Because, yes, most hip-hop listeners are like, what the fuck is this? I didn't even know what it was, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I've seen that movie maybe once or maybe when I was over somebody's house and they had it on. I don't know. But I definitely I didn't recognize this when I first saw it. I was just like, ain't this the white girl from Save the Last Dance? What is this? So it's just like, it just goes to further prove what what Kendrick is saying, and it goes to further prove his point. Had nothing to do with Drake being light skinned or being biracial. This is not about playing a race card or saying he's not black enough because of his skin color. He's talking about how disconnected he is from this black American rap culture that he tries to cosplay, that he tries to make it seem like he's familiar with, and oh look y'all, I'm one of y'all, and it's like, actually you're not. And black people are accused of this as well, darker skinned black people. Do y'all not get that? It's very odd that Empressive would say that. I feel like this is commonly known amongst black people. Like, have y'all not ever been in school with black people of all shades, and people will accuse them of not being black enough because they may talk proper, or they may carry themselves a certain way, or dress a certain way, and regardless of their skin tone, people will make fun of them for not being black enough. Has everything to do with how they carry themselves, how they speak, just everything about them, their whole essence. So it's not just limited to skin color. So to focus on that is just very dense, and it makes no sense. I'm like, what are y'all listening? What are y'all even talking about? So her saying that is goofy, and when Ack made his video and said that, it was also goofy. I left a comment too on the video. I don't ever do that. What did I tell y'all on Patreon? I was like, I'm about to troll for the first time. I was like, if Ack is on some bullshit on his platform, and if he glazing Drake, I'm about to go troll. And lo and behold, I watched a couple videos. I had to turn them off because that's exactly what he's doing. We talk about, you want to talk about bias? That's who's biased. He is glazing Drake and coping heavy. I couldn't even finish his videos, and I usually enjoy his content, but he's not being honest. And he's just jumping through hoops trying to discredit Kendrick and trying to flip Kendrick's words and make it seem like, oh, Drake is on top in some type of way. And it's just goofy. I'm tired of the goofiness. Let's just be honest. All right, my fave has bowed out and been defeated as well. My J. Cole has been defeated. You think I'm happy about that? I'm not. But I live in reality, and I'm not about to sit here and lie. You know what? I'm tired of y'all. I'm logging out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you've been watching. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.